Hey guys, okay, so now we're gonna look at really understanding at a very surface level the mind-body connection. So we know that, as we covered in earlier modules, that thought is the language of the mind and emotion is the language of the body. So when we have a thought, we have an emotional response in our body. Now, that emotional response, we can actually link that to different parts of the body. Now, when we have prolonged negative emotion like anxiety, it actually sends off the stress hormones in our body. Now, if that is fired off too much, that stress hormone, it actually impacts the immune system. Do you see how it's a ripple effect? But it all starts from thought. So thought triggers an emotion. The emotion actually can trigger the thought again. But then there's a physical response within the body. It's very important to know. So our positive thoughts can positively impact our body, and our negative thoughts can negatively impact our body. And there's lots of research around how, like, which types of emotions impact which particular body parts. If you don't want to take the scientific perspective, there's a book called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hayes, where she talks about the mind-body connection. Now, hers isn't necessarily science-based, but it does coincide with there are a lot of similarities there. So, for example, I became aware of this book because I used to suffer from migraines, and I don't have migraines anymore. So, let me just go through what Louise Hay says about migraine. So migraine headaches, so the root cause, so it all starts at a thought level. So migraines is dislike of being driven. So that's really interesting because when I started getting the migraines, I was actually a manager at a university, and I was really getting into, like, being in the corporate world. I was like climbing up the corporate ladder, and there must have been some internal resistance there around, maybe I felt guilty about it, maybe, I'm not really sure, but so that was one of the things around that. So dislike of being driven, resisting the flow of life, and sexual fears. So basically, you can look this up and you can find any kind of physical ailment, any kind of physical discomfort can be linked to a thought. And so therefore, there's an affirmation that you can say instead. So remember, our brains take our words for literal. Everything is literal to the brain. It doesn't have a sense of humor. So you can affirm over and over and over again. Your brain is also a creature of repetition. So if you repeat over and over again, even if you feel like you're not believing it on a conscious level, you're still programming on a subconscious. So have faith and keep going. So the main thing that I would love for you to take away from this is just the understanding that all of our thoughts and emotions either are promoting health or triggering disease. That's really, really powerful. So whether you want to take a spiritual perspective like Louise Hayes, or whether you want to research it from a science level where they've tested where certain negative thoughts and emotions can manifest in the body, you can look at either ways, whatever resonates with you. The important thing is that your thoughts and emotions are either promoting your health and well-being or promoting disease. That's how powerful it is. We are one complete being, divine as ever, but our bodies are always listening. Our body is communicating in ways that we are not conscious of. We're not conscious of all the ways in which the body communicates with itself, but what we can be conscious of is the root cause, and the root cause is thought and emotion. So my challenge for you now is to become aware. Just become aware of your, I'm going to say, those unpleasant emotions and those unpleasant thoughts. And the awareness is this: start to look at how you feel in your body, how your body responds to these specific thoughts and emotions. What is your body? Where are you feeling it? Is we want to get very aware of our bodies. We want to really go into our bodies. Okay, we don't want to wait to the point of disease before we realize something's wrong. You know, disease, someone who gets diagnosed with disease, from my opinion, is just someone who wasn't tapped in, who wasn't aware, because your body is always talking to you. Your body is always talking to you, whether it's that headache, whether it's that cramp, whether it's that pain in your leg, whatever it is, your body is communicating. It's your body telling you, hey, the way you're thinking, I'm not down with it. It's hurting you. It's hurting you, and I'm communicating. I always say that the body whispers. The body whispers. So we need to tap in. We need to create space. We need to sit with it. And we need to be like, okay, I'm having really negative thoughts and emotions. I'm feeling like shit. Where am I feeling this in my body? Where am I feeling this in my body? Because your body, in its innate wisdom, will whisper to you when it is in discomfort. It will whisper. It's like the higher self. Remember, the higher self whispers. So you have to create space. Same with your body. Your body will whisper. However, if you do not listen to that whisper, your body will hit you like a freaking Mack truck. Do not make your body scream. Do not wait for dis-ease to start correcting your thinking. Correct your thinking now. Be aware of your body. Be aware of how your emotions and your thoughts feel in your body. Start identifying where you feel discomfort in your body and start looking at why. And remember, it always comes from a thought and energetic level first. So your task for this module is just to create some awareness. Like, let's reflect, let's journal on this. Where are we feeling these negative thoughts and emotions in our body?